Yes, thank you for joining today's webinar on it's about transition and from transition to transformation, Ayurveda for menopause support. Our special guest, our faculty is Dr. Vandana Banwell. Glad to have you, Vaidyaji, on with us today. And John Jones from Albuquerque, New Mexico. So Hashniji, thank you for joining. If you haven't yet, please put in the chat where you're zooming in from. I am Ankur Patel, hosting from Los Angeles. Thank you everyone for being here. I got the little poll up. Let us know if you've attended one of our webinars before, or if this is your first time. And let's get into it. So today's topic is going to get into how Ayurveda offers wisdom, and there's so many practices that support well-being through every stage of life, right? From youth to adulthood, through middle age, and into our elder years. And a lot of it is done by aligning with the body's changing rhythms and doshas, functional energies of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Ayurveda provides guidance to navigate life's natural transitions with balance, vitality, and ease. Maybe you're already familiar with Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, the doshas. We'll have a little overview, but then we're going to dive deep into how one pivotal stage in our life transitions, menopause, and reframing it not as an end, but as an opportunity for transformation, as so many other points along our lives are. So we're going to explore Ayurvedic nutrition, ahara, vihara, daily routines and lifestyles, and herbal supports that can help ease common challenges. And this is also drawing from insights on the course, the Ayurvedic Guide to Women's Wellness at Hindu University of America. Dr. Vandana Baranwal has been amazing with HUA. She herself is accomplished in so many things. She's got her MS in nutrition from the USA. She's a respected Ayurveda consultant and integrative nutritionist with a thriving.
Uncle G, I will hold you. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm MD in Ayurvedic Women Health. So if you allow, I will introduce myself.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Vandanaji. Sorry for that.
I'm
Please.
very sorry I had to interrupt you. So I welcome everyone. Namaste. And this is a unique opportunity for me to meet you and present about my Ayurveda course about women health. And especially tonight, we will be talking about transition to transformation, menopausal health, how to age well using Ayurvedic principles and practices. I am Vandana Baranwal. I am a doctor of Ayurveda. I completed my MD in 98 from Banaras Hindu University and in Ayurvedic Stri Rog Prasuti Tantra, or you can understand it as Ayurvedic Obstetrics and Gynecology. I am published author of two Ayurveda books on women health. I am located in Ohio and I have my office here. I practice as Ayurveda 3 LLC. I am blessed to have this opportunity to offer my courses and be a faculty at Hindu University of America. I'm very thankful to Ankurji tonight for hosting me as a panelist. Tonight, I'm going to talk about menopause, transition to transformation, and I will be sharing my slide. So you all can see my slide from transition to transformation. And you know, this class is a kind of presentation of one class from my course that I would be teaching from 15th October, Ayurvedic Guide to Women's Wellness. I'm offering it for second time and it has been a very successful course last time when I offered it and I'm very excited about it. So before I begin, I want to read a disclaimer. Practicing in the United States of America, I'm not a medical doctor and tonight I will be kind of sharing things that you may find useful and want to apply. But I want to read this disclaimer that this class is for educational purposes only. Please consult with your medical healthcare provider before you make any changes. Ayurveda is profound. Very simple practices bring changes that will amaze you. So, before I begin, this is also a unique opportunity, and I would like to wish you happy Ayurveda Day. Yesterday was a historical event that, for the first time in the history of Ayurveda, September 23rd has been declared as Ayurveda Day as a fixed date on calendar. It gives it a calendar identity because previously we used to celebrate it. It has been celebrated since time immemorial, since we have known Ayurveda. On Dhantrayodashi, many of you might know it as Dhanteras, it comes 2 days before Diwali. The theme for this year is Ayurveda for people and planet. And this is my unique opportunity, honoring the health of Mother Earth, connecting to all the feminine energies in women in the form of mothers, sisters, daughters, and heart of every family. And I will be talking about transition to transformation Ayurveda for menopausal support, which is actually a class in my course. This course is 10 classes, just a small course every Wednesday night starting from 8:30 p.m. EST to 10 p.m. And you know, Ayurveda is Vedic science. Uh, the sages who gave Ayurveda were, were the sages who wrote Vedas. So when they saw mankind suffering from diseases of mind and body, when they saw that their lifespan of human being is getting shorter, they sat together in the foothills of Himalayas and have this symposium, a conference you can say, and designed Ayurveda to help. So when you learn Ayurveda in any class or you get an information about Ayurveda from anywhere, I just want you to understand that it is very different from modern science. It is not information. Ayurveda is wisdom. Whatever you learn, you need to take time to process that information, think about it, and then apply it. Being Vedic knowledge, we should apply the three pillars of learning as described in Vedas. Shravanam, you are listening to me, you may listen to the recording, you may read it also, the information, and then think about what you have learned. Reason, inner inquiry. If you have any doubts, clarify that. And once you have understood, only then apply it. Because Ayurveda is very personalized in its approach, and it is not that one thing fits everyone. So, it is important you understand where this knowledge come from and how it should be practiced. And before I begin, Ayurveda says that we are a unique combination of our mind, body, soul, and senses. Ankurji, I see me joining as Vandana Baranwal. What is that? I'm sorry, I'm interrupting the class. I didn't join again. Who is this? Another Vandana Baranwal. Would you like to check?
Yeah, maybe you shared the link with somebody directly.
या
Okay,
वंदना जी मैं प्रवीण
okay. Pravinji, you might want to change the name. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so I did the mistake. I'm sorry about
no
that.
problem. I moved him to an attendee. If he wants to make a
Okay.
comment later, we'll have him back.
Sure. Thank you, Ankurji, for helping with that problem. So I was talking that Ayurveda teaches us that we are not just body, we are a combination of our mind, body, soul, and senses. So what you learn in Ayurveda, it helps you connect to your inner being, self consciousness. And this consciousness is part of the whole that has created this universe. So worshipping the God is not like you are worshipping an idol. This is given by the sages to keep us on track. Actually, Ayurveda is trying to connect you to yourself, to your consciousness. And from there, the healing comes. Just keep that in mind too when you are thinking about these tools. And tonight we are going to talk about menopause. Aging is an inevitable process. Ayurveda calls it nishpratikriya, a change that cannot be resisted. But they have understood very well. And they gave a branch of medicine in Ayurveda. Ayurveda is having 8 branches, and one branch is called Rasayana, which teaches us how to age well. Interestingly, in Ayurveda, menopause, the Sanskrit word for which would be Rajunivitri, has not been described as a problem because women followed Ayurveda, lived Ayurvedic lifestyle, followed food and eating guidelines, they had herbs to support them, they knew how to age well, and it was not a problem. But in today's world, women face problem and we need to discuss. about it and see how Ayurveda can help. How modern science identifies Ayurveda as a menopause is a physiological process transition from reproductive phase to post reproductive phase. And during menopause, women are not able to conceive. A decline in fertility starts and it leads to infertility. Post menopause, fertility is not possible. And endocrinologically, there are hormonal changes. There is decline of hormones which are secreted from ovaries. Dominantly would be estrogen. And clinically, it is first clinical symptom is cessation of menstruation. They stop having their cyclical rhythm of periods. It may become irregular, eventually it stops, and when it stops for consecutive 12 months, only then they are clinically diagnosed as being in menopause. 43 million women are menopausal women, and in that 85%, that's a huge number, suffer from one or two symptoms, or maybe more. But only 10% seek any medical help. Women tend to ignore themselves. And I want to address that issue also through my Women's Guide to Ayurvedic Guide to Women's Wellness. It is important to make them aware about their self care and self health. So, when women suffer from these menopausal changes, what happens physically? Vaginal dryness, hot flashes, night sweats, change in the skin elasticity. These are sounding like words here, a clinical symptom. But how it affects women actually? Vaginal dryness can lead to dyspareunia, difficulty in sex, and that's very painful. This should not happen. That should be addressed. And Ayurveda offers a solution. Changes in the skin elasticity, how you look, the sagging of the skin, or hyperpigmentation, osteoporosis, or digestive disorders. Ayurveda says that as we age, our digestive strength decreases. We need to make changes in our habits of eating and the food choices that we make. Along with that, there are emotional symptoms like depression, nervous tension. Ayurveda recognizes the altered cognitive abilities in the terms of forgetfulness, reduced intellect, or just like not having clarity in mind to make decisions. How it starts, it doesn't all happens all of a sudden. Women reach to menopause kind of crossing through a decade of perimenopausal phase. It's for some women it may start in 30s and in late 30s, and in some women 40s, early 40s to late 40s. And then these symptoms would be like vague symptoms, just a vague fatigue, irritability, anxiety, which many women wave off. We need to bring them to this course to help them understand how they can address that. Sweating, hot flashes, which would be very mild in the beginning. Eventually, what happens? They suffer. But who suffers? Do all women suffer? No, not all women suffer from menopausal symptoms, or they do not go through the troublesome phase of perimenopausal period. Some women suffer. Ayurveda identifies who has the potential to suffer. And here comes the uniqueness of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is predictive in its nature. I mentioned Ayurveda is personalized. Ayurveda is predictive as well. And at the same time, the primary goal of Ayurveda is prevention. When women know who they are, it they would know that what symptoms they are more prone to suffer from, and they can check it beforehand. That is the unique thing about Ayurveda. And women who have dosha dhatu imbalance, in the beginning, Ankurji also mentioned about doshas. So many of you may not know what doshas are. Let us very quickly look up at this slide and try to understand what the doshas are. Ayurveda considers us to be a part of this whole cosmos. We are connected from within and outside with this whole world, not just word, the cosmos, which it is said as in Sanskrit, Yat Pindi Tat Brahmande. So everything in this universe is made of the same basic elements or the matter that we call Tattva, Panch Mahabhut. These Mahabhutas are space, air, fire, water, and earth. They are the regulatory principles of day and night and seasons and the movement of sun and earth and the waves of the ocean. And they are the same energies that regulate the physiology or pathology of our body. They are called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, or the Ayurvedic term for them is doshas. Each of us are born with our own unique composition of these five elements. So our composition of dosha is also very unique to us. Vata is dominantly having the energy of space and air, Pitta is fire and water, and Kapha is earth and water. When the balance that we are born with is disturbed, and we are not aware of that, and we age with that, then we start suffering from problems that we say is the imbalance of doshas and dhatu. Dhatu are the elements that the thing, dhatus are, you can say, the structural elements in the body that holds the body. So when there is an imbalance, only then the problems happen. How Ayurveda offers the solution is creating a balance. It gives a simple formula: similar properties increase and dissimilar balance. So someone is using cold so much, it may cause imbalance of vata. They have to understand and bring heating energies. Someone is using high kind of heavy so much, they need to bring the energies of light. How it is done, how it is practiced in Ayurveda, we make the assessment of prakriti of the person as Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Vata women during their perimenopause and menopause are more prone to suffer from dryness of the skin, early hair fall, or various kinds of pain, headache, or joint pain, or fatigue. They may suffer more from sleep disturbances. Pitta women are more prone to suffer from hot flashes, night sweats. Kapha women are more prone to suffer from weight gain and depression. So we know, we can predict what kind of imbalance can cause what kind of problem. And Ayurveda offers a personalized solution, and it offers kind of daily routine and lifestyle, food and eating habits, and it also offers some spices and herbs for these specific conditions. So women who are vata or have vata imbalance or vata dominant in their prakriti can have a routine, try to work on a structure, have a routine to their day. It will help them going early to bed or incorporating some of the therapeutic tools of Ayurveda like gentle self body massage with oil or having a practice of meditation would help them very much. Some spices like black pepper, ginger, bay leaves can help them, and some herbs like ashwagandha, arjun, amalki can help them. There are some other therapeutic tools like basti can help them, which is very specific to vata women or vata imbalances. For pitta women, they may, of course, everybody should have a routine, but important thing about pitta routine would be to having a shower in the morning, that to avoiding having a hot shower. A cooling bath or a cooling temperature of the water need not be hot would be very helpful for them. It is not good for a kapha person, a kapha a woman to eat fruits for breakfast, but for a pitta person, it would be balancing. That's why it is written in lifestyle. They can have breakfast in the morning, that too, fruits. Some spices like fennel, coriander, herbs like shatavari, madhuyashti, ushir, chandan. And for kapha women, regular exercise, walking, eating only when they are hungry, having in their meals whole grains, vegetables, and warming spices are important. So you will learn in this course, when you learn about menopause, all these modalities in detail. What else you will learn is about Rasayana Chikitsa that I mentioned earlier, how to age well. And for that, specific food like ghee, milk, dates, Ayurveda says are dhatu poshan and dhatu vardhan. They help us age well. Behavioral rasayan that we call satvrit, code of good conducts. A person who doesn't know how to manage their anger will not age well compared to a person who knows how to. And moral principles are important for mental peace and well being, for the self, for the family, for the community, and for the planet at large. Some other Oshadi are there, specifically Methya Rasayan. These are called nootropic herbs like Madhyashti, Brahmi, Ashwagandha, many of you might have heard. But these herbs are powerful herbs. They need to be taken carefully. Guduchi is unique that it is nootropic at the same time. It also helps the body age well. It supports digestion, it supports metabolism. Aloe, also called Kumari in Ayurveda, is a very unique herb which can be used when women are having irregular menstruation during perimenopausal phase. So you will learn about all these herbs and some of the formulations like Dashmul, Trikutu, Trifla in detail in this course. Some other tools to help women suffering from menopausal symptoms like hot flashes, night sweats are the tools from yoga, pranayam, and mudra. One example I will give you here is Shitli pranayam. Some of you might already know, but it is a type of pranayam where we breathe through the curled tongue, like you just protrude your tongue, curl it, and breathe through it. If you try it right now, like doing like that, you will see that the breath that you are inhaling, this inhale, it feels cooling. So there is a special technique. You will learn about the technique and other technique, how to do it, what precautions to take, when to practice, and how much to practice. How it helps? It helps with hot flashes, night sweats, calms irritability and mood swings, promotes restful sleep. And when we are talking about sleep, Ayurveda gives us a lot of information how, especially during this phase, good sleep and adequate rest is required, because as we age, Vata naturally becomes dominant in the body, not just in females, for male and female both. This Vata, which is distinctly dominant energy of space and air, is associated with increase in the old age, because old age is associated with degeneration and decay. So it becomes more important to slow down, adequate rest, and sleep. You will learn about the food that can help you sleep better, like milk. One thing I will share about milk is it should be always consumed after boiling, according to Ayurveda. Always consumed after boiling until and unless it is indicated for a condition. The best time to take is night before bed. And modern science says that milk is one of the richest source of tryptophan. Tryptophan is a precursor of melatonin, and melatonin is a sleep hormone. So you see, Ayurveda is far ahead of its time. Some other food items that Ayurveda says are good and help sleep us better are in general sweet things. The things that increase kapha by consuming that, kind of, it is immediate effect that when we consume these food, kapha increases, which helps us sleep better, like jaggery, sugar, rice. Some of other food items are like almonds, cherries, walnuts. So food is important. What food, when to take, how much to take is equally important. You will learn in this course. And I was talking about pranayam. After that, you will also learn what yogasanas, mudra, and how to meditate to manage menopausal symptoms. I have shared here some of the mudras like Gyan Mudra, Vayu Mudra, and Pran Mudra. Who can do it? How much to do it? When to do it? You will learn in this Women Wellness course. And some asanas. Gentle yoga is good for everyone, but when someone have certain symptoms, for that therapeutic yoga is helpful. And for that, like say salamb sarvangasan, shoulders stand like half or the complete, how one can transition a person who has never done yoga, how they can incorporate the practice, build on that practice, and be able to practice it every day to see result for their symptoms. Some of the yoga asana that are very helpful for in general for menopausal phase are salamb sarvangasan, janu shirshasan, supt bandh konasan, adho mukh shavasan, supt virasan, setu bandh sarvangasan, and prasarit Paduttangasana. So these are some of the yogasanas, these are some of the mudras, these are important. Meditation helps calm the mind, and it is an important tool connecting to consciousness. As we age, we have lived our life and we get an overview how we have lived our life, how you have lived all your life. That's how you transition and you live the later part of your life during menopause also. But it doesn't mean that if you had a traumatic life, you live a traumatic uh, uh, kind of after menopause also. So Ayurvedic wisdom helps you connect to your spirituality, look up at life as a overview, what this life is about, what is the purpose. So Ayurveda says that there are four kind of pursuits to our life, that are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. When we talk about meditation, you sit down, you close your eyes, but you may not be able to calm yourself. But when you learn these principles, then it gives you an overview what the life is about and how you can still live a better life. When this understanding comes, when you come connect to your spirituality, it is very helpful. And one of the hallmark practices of Ayurveda is a Sneha Abhyanga, that doing gentle self body massage. So you will learn about various oils like sesame oil, coconut oil, almond oil, and some Ayurvedic oils like Bala oil, Sheer Bala oil, Bala Svagandha oil, Mahanarayan oil. Like Mahanarayan oil can be used by women who are suffering from pain, and Shirbala oil can be used by women who are not getting good sleep, not body is not getting good nourishment. So you will learn not about just the oils, what oil is suitable for whom and for what conditions. You will also learn the technique, when to do, how much to do, how to slowly learn about these practices and incorporating in your daily routine and being able to practice. What season you should avoid it, in what season you do in moderation, in what season you should do it regularly. So these all are important. Do not try on your own that you, if someone is having menopausal symptoms, they come to this webinar and think that, well, oil massage helps. I would say that please do not until and unless you have learned all about it. And there are certain things that are very unique to Ayurveda. It has given the guidelines in the form of Pathya and Apathya, that in this condition you should avoid this food or avoid this kind of lifestyle in general. So a wholesome food, Pathya, during menopause is dosha balancing food, of course, eat according to your mind body type, according to your digestive strength. Seasonal fruits and vegetables are always good, but along with that, ghee, turmeric, milk, wheat, old rice. See here, old rice, not the newly harvested rice. Green mung beans are considered wholesome. And what is unwholesome is alcohol drinking, too much of tea or coffee. So, yogurt, cheese, all these need to be leftover food or fast food. All these need to be understood whether it is good for you or not, because Ayurveda considers it unwholesome. I would conclude by saying that embrace menopause with Ayurvedic wisdom. Ayurveda is personalized in its approach, it is predictive, it is preventative medicine, it enhances well being. You will learn in this course uh, an Ayurvedic guide to women's wellness, all about women health and in much detail about menopause. So embrace this phase of life with Ayurveda as a sacred transformation and not a phase of life where you suffer. So, with that, I will end and I will stop here and I will take questions. Ankuji?
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you for that overview. Very interesting. Dilip G from Maryland, thank you for joining. Chandroti from Winter Garden, Florida, glad to have you on. Nazli G from South Florida, for your first webinar, glad to have you on. Let me just drop some of the details of the course in the chat, and let's hear your questions. Please ask away in the Q&A box, or if you raise your hand in the participant window, I may be able to unmute you so you can ask directly. So Hashini ji is asking, Can you please share some more details about the course? Great question. Yes. So, and congratulations on finishing the Principles of Ayurveda course with the California College of Ayurveda. Glad that you were able to do that, Suhasini ji. So, Vandana ji, if you want to go over the course just briefly, it's on
Yes.
Wednesdays at this same time, starting October 15th until December 17th. It's $300 course, and there's scholarships available too if you have financial difficulty. And Vandanaji is going to go through, it looks like a week by week of the course. Yeah.
So let's see what you are going to get into this course. Course detail is first you will understand why women health is important and what are the fundamental principles of Ayurveda. Like I was talking about doshas. If I just talk about it and you do not connect to that, you won't be able to practice. So this course begins with understanding the fundamental principles of Ayurveda. Introduction to Ayurveda is the part where you learn all that. Panch Mahabhut, doshas, Agni, Ama, and how these principles are applied for your unique Prakriti based well being. And then menstrual health. Uh, these days I get adolescent girls, and in the beginning, they do not understand if they have to follow certain kind of a specific lifestyle when periods just begin. In the beginning, it could be regular, and they do not know if they eat certain kind of food and follow certain kind of lifestyle. Those beginning periods would be very easy. And Ayurveda has described it as Rajasvalacharya, that a specific regimen for menstruating women. So you will learn about that, do's and don'ts. And this course is all about practical things. Like you saw, I was sharing in menopause health, all practical things that you can learn and be able to practice also. You will learn about hormonal balance. We are talking about doshas, we are talking about dhatus. How this connects to the hormonal balance? Like someone has PCOS, how they can practice Ayurveda, how they can get benefited about from that. Irregular periods. There are so many things. Someone is having difficulty in conception, and doctor says there are hormonal imbalances. So in this class, we will talk all about that. Nutrition for every stage of life: adolescent, pregnancy, postpartum, menopause. How food can help you, you will learn in this class. Self-care practices. Here it very interesting and important class. You will learn about Ayurvedic herbs that you can use as paste or scrubs, or what are the oils or herbs that help you have beautiful glow complexion, healthy skin, healthy hair, prevent hair fall, all these in self-care practices. Then mental health and stress management. Stress or emotional or psychological problems are part of today's life. How to handle that, and especially for women. And good sleep. There is a class on sleep, rest, exercise, all would be covered here. Then design for your wellness blueprint is the class. By this time, you have learned what Ayurveda is and what are the tools of Ayurveda for practice, like daily routine, seasonal routine, food and eating guidelines, sleep, exercise, stress management. Now, how you can incorporate it to yourself. So, you will do the Prakriti assessment and learn how to incorporate it for your well being. We will also talk about preconception, postpartum, and lactation. And I shared the in detail what we will learn in the menopause and aging gracefully. We will also learn about common Ayurvedic herb. We will learn more than 15 herbs and formulations in this course specifically for women. Shatavari, Ashwagandha, Guduchi, Madhuyashti, Aloe Kumari, all these we will learn in this course. So I guess it is helpful, but if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me.
That was a really interesting overview. Lots of details there. But of course, a lot more when you enroll in the course. Nazli ji, Nazli. So you don't have to be a HUA student in a degree or a certificate program, but once you enroll in the course, you'll get your at hua.edu email address. You'll be onboarded to our learning management system, and you can take this course as a introduction, as a one-off course to get to know HUA and Vandana ji. So please do consider taking this course as your first course at HUA, and that'll be great. Yeah.
So I have one person, Chandrati ji, who is currently enrolled in my Swasthavrita course. We would be concluding this course this coming Friday. And if she wants to share how she is enjoying the Swasthavrit, this will give you an insight about your teacher who is already teaching a course and the student is here. And also Praveen ji, if they want to say something, how learning with me has been. You know, courses are there, teachers are there. But what is unique when you learn with me? How it enhances your learning. So, if any of you want to share something,
Yeah, I don't see Praveenji.
okay, he has
Oh,
joined
there's how do you say
Chandrati ji.
Chandratiji? Yes. Let's see if let me promote you to panelist if you want to turn on your camera also. If not, then you can just unmute yourself now. Yeah, rejoin as a panelist so you can turn on your camera. Anybody else? Oh, Sonalji, glad to have you on from Houston. Sonal Gupta-ji. Welcome, welcome. Ah,
Nice
there
to
we
see
go.
you. Yes, Chandrati ji, namaste. Thanks for joining. You are not unmuted.
Namaste, Ankur Ji.
Namaste. Yes.
I will say that Vandana Ji is just excellent, really outstanding in her knowledge and practice of Ayurveda and Swastarita for daily wellness. I've always been interested and heard about Ayurveda, but came to it due to health and a diagnosis. And for many years, I've been following some of the Western practices and all the things you hear about gut health and exercising and the right things to eat. And it's only in taking this class, which we're almost near the end, that I realized that 5,000 years of Ayurvedic science and medicine, it really came back to being
So maybe she is frozen or something gone wrong at her end.
Yeah, looks like the audio froze up.
Yes.
oh my gosh, I've been out of balance for so many years. It's been very valuable. I've taken my time, as Vandana ji explained, the pillars of learning. So it's been taking in the material, learning it, reflecting on it, and I'm in the process of integrating. And so I've seen really important impacts to my life. And I'm grateful for that. I don't know what it means to my symptoms, but I am confident that it is going to help me to have a much healthier life as I age. And I thank you, Vandana ji.
Thank you, Chandrati ji, for your kind and nice words. It's very
You're
encouraging.
welcome.
Thank you so much. And I'm hopeful that her words would be encouraging for people who have joined and who have doubt in their mind whether they should join or not. You know, now is the time.
Yes, definitely. Now is the time. Please do consider enrolling. Again, the details are in the chat. It's open to everyone. And while this webinar was focused more on specifics of menopause and menopausal support, the course is for women of all ages, mother-daughter duos, sisters, everyone is welcome. As Vandana ji kind of laid out, week by week, lots of different topics are covered for all women. Yeah, I
Yes.
think if you
This
want to.
course is very comprehensive and covers everything you need to know from an Ayurvedic perspective for women health. And it is simplified. No prior knowledge of Ayurveda is required. Newcomers would be able to just understand the principles of Ayurveda and how to use it for their well being. And Suhasini ji is asking that how do we stay connected with Dr. Vandana? When you come to the course, HUA has created such a wonderful support system, not just email, we have the chat box, and we just continue having this conversation there. And because the whole cohort, the whole class is there, everybody is able to interact in a classroom setting outside of our weekly classes also. You can email me and I'm always available. Once you are in the class and the connection that we make, it is for lifetime. We never disconnect, you know?
Yeah, exactly. The connections you make, even in a single course over 10 weeks, can last a lifetime, especially when you're getting into such an important subject and like-minded people with a great teacher like Vandanaji. This is going to be a great opportunity for all of you to take this course, or if you know somebody who would benefit, please do pass this information along and encourage people to enroll in this Ayurvedic guide to women's wellness with Dr. Vaidya Vandana Banwell. Yeah.
Vandanaji and Ankur, I would also add, it's Chandradi, it would be helpful if male fathers and partners and husbands who were so inclined to take this class, because it would be helpful and supportive for their partners and understanding what women at various stages of their lives go through.
Thank you for adding that, Chandrati ji. It is very important that in a family, when each member understands female are very different from male, and when as a brother or as a husband or as a partner, both understand each other, the problems they might be undergoing, it creates a very healthy and joyous relationship. So, thank you for adding that. And it means that this course, although it is for women wellness, is not just limited for women, it is for men and women both. So, anybody of any age can join.
Yeah, actually, that really hit me in a different way. I wasn't really thinking about it, but true, right? When I do something with my wife, it feels good for both of us. And maybe we can ask maybe a couple discount. If two of you enroll from the same family, we can do a little partial scholarship on that to encourage that kind of supportive behavior. And Satishi, glad, please do forward it on to the Ekadam or Foundation, and we'll see if maybe we can partner with your organization for education and health. Great. So Hashiniji has an interesting question. Is there either a similar course or a different course for men as we age? What do you think, Vandanaji?
So, you see, as an Ayurveda practitioner in my practice, I see people of both sex and all age groups. So, currently, I'm not offering, but we can have a discussion if the demand is there. We can offer a course focused on men health. Currently, I'm not aware that if a course is being offered, and I'm not offering one. But in this course, it has been kind of for me a thought-provoking thing that in this course I may want to add a class where I talk about men health. When I am encouraging men to join this course, it is equally important for women to understand the problems of men. So, well, I would think of that and I will bring some information in one of my classes.
Interesting. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions people want to unmute, ask their question? Other comments? Vandanaji, I'm glad to always have you and just seeing the range of offerings, right? Even though it's honed in on women's wellness, the different ways that it matters and the different courses you offer, it's just really amazing. And thank you so much for being here and presenting and answering people's questions. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ankurji. I have been practicing Ayurveda for almost 30 years now. for 2 decades in India and a decade here. I completed my MD in 98. So I have been very fortunate to have amazing teachers. I have learned from them. I continue to study and learn from various resources. And I also talk from my experience and practice. And in my classes, I bring all that together. So I'm hoping that people who register would enjoy and learn. I encourage everyone to join the course. Thank you so much, Ankurji, for hosting me, giving me this opportunity to be able to talk to everyone and interact.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Dhanyawad. Namaste, Vandana ji. Thank you so much.
Namaskar. Any questions that comes to your mind, feel free to shoot us an email. Suppose after the webinar, feel free to reach out to us. And thank you, everyone. Namaste, Ankurji. Namaskar, everyone.